friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today with my little baby Ellie, my Yorkshire Terrier, and we are going to make a very special card today. I think you've probably seen them, the Pinwheel card, and maybe some of you have made them, but we're going to make one today for the holidays. And I want to show you exactly how to do it and give you the measurements so that you can make one too. It's pretty special, so I think I'm gonna, you know, the few that I do make, I'm gonna give to some special people. But that is what we're gonna do today, is make the Pinwheel card, and I've been really anxious to show it to you. So how are you today? I'm going to just check here like I usually do to make sure we're really live. FYI, I've been having some trouble with my computer. No, I'm sorry, not my computer. It's been the my internet. Oh, good. Okay, it looks like we're going. And we're live. I've been having a little trouble with my computer. And the internet, you know, it gets in my mind, it's like the same thing. And so the internet has been going, it hasn't been going down all over, but just in my room. I have a special little deal for me, and it's been going down, and so if that happens, I'll just come on another, I'll just go off and come back on, so you'd have to refresh. I just want to give you that warning in case it does go out, because I've been having that. How is the weather where you are? Hey Roz, good to see you. She does look tired. Well, you know, she's had her lunch, and I usually snuggle her and we kind of just sit here and play a little bit before you come on, and I get her all peaceful, and so I think that's what it is. It is warm here. In October, San Diego gets warm. What is it where you are? It is in the mid to upper 90s here. And just wondering, because I know this is the part of the time of year. Roz, you live back east, don't you? In Massachusetts, and I'm guessing the temperature is down back there, but instead here in San Diego it gets hot in October. That's one of our hottest. Oh, your girls are snuggling, because that's right, it's 7 p.m. back there. Yes, and we're just at the end of the day, 4 o'clock here. Yeah, well, we have some stuff to talk about, and one is tomorrow is World Card Making Day. All over the world. Did you know that? It's really an exciting day, and I'm going to put her down. She's ready for her nap. I'm going to be having a card class tomorrow, and I'm actually going to teach the Pinwheel card, so you get to see it early. But you got to have a card class on World Card Making Day, right? As a demonstrator, I do. I feel like I want to. But for the rest of you, I really want to encourage you to make a card tomorrow and send it. Hi, Kay. Good to see you. You grew up in Massachusetts. Yes, San Diego is beautiful. Oh, you're in Florida now. I get it. I thought, because we talked before, Roz, about Massachusetts, but you're in Florida now, near Orlando. Oh, you've probably got, yeah, you've got some nice weather down there in Florida. Anyway, so I want to encourage you, if you're not attending a card class tomorrow for World Card Making Day, make a card. And if you don't have time to make a card, send a card. That's what World Card Making Day is all about, and that's what my class is going to be about tomorrow. We're going to make cards, and then we're going to send them, because sometimes we make them and we have so much fun we don't end up sending them, or they're so pretty we don't want to give them away. So that's my encouragement for you, is to definitely send your cards. Now, so last week, my giveaway, the free prize, was this fabulous ombre paper that is retired, but it's a full pack, and it is beautiful. And the winner of the paper is Debbie Pine. So Debbie, if you pop on now or in the replay, let me know your address, because I don't know it, and I'm going to try to private message you, and because you have won this fabulous package of paper. And next week, my prize is the Pinwheel card that we're going to make today. I'm going to set it aside, and you will get my card, and I will send it to you, so I'll announce the winner next week. Diane, good to see you. In Arizona, sunny and a perfect 90. Wow. Yep, so there are parts of the South. We're still all warm, aren't we? Arizona, Florida, California, but I think the upper part of the country is getting cool. So what else did I want? Oh, so I want to talk to you about my host code gift. Every month, you know, I have a new host code. And if you spend $50 or more in my online shop, you get my host code gift free. I send it to you. And this month, I just put it up yesterday, at the end of the day yesterday, because today's October 1st. And I always love picking out my host code gift because I love to give gifts, and I love to give gifts to my customers. So the gift this month is a package of these beautiful craft scalloped edge boxes. And I don't know if you can see, they have gold dots, and they're kind of embossed and metallic. And of course, I decorated the top. Let me get it so you can see it. But it's really a nice large box. I put some, some of that, anyway, crinkled stuff in for a gift. Although there's no gift in there now, but it would be good for candy or something. But you could put, seriously, some pretty big stuff in here. Look at how, by the size of my hand. I think it's 4 by 4 for sure, and maybe 2 inches deep. It's a nice gift box. And with the holidays coming up, I thought you really could use the gift boxes. So my host code gift is a package of 8 of these. If you spend $50 or more in my online store and use the host code, and I put my new host code right above the video here so you can see what it is. Okay, we need all of our time for the Pinwheel card, so we're going to get started. And I'm going to show it to you here. Let me get our cameras turned around so that you can see, and here it is. Now, it flattens. So this is really the only way you can see how it works, but then I'm going to have to flatten down the sides so that you can see. So what I thought was the front, but the front is anywhere you choose. But here is what I thought was the front. Now, what I intend to do today when we remake it together, I got these a little crooked, and I forgot. I knew, but I told myself to do it, but I forgot. So you guys help remind me this time. Hi, Allison. This word has to be straight, and then I put this one, then I can line the Mary up next to it. You could put any words. The words are from the Word Wishes dies. If you don't have them, they're words for all the holidays, and I wrote them on the back, like New Year's, St. Patrick's, Mother's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, Father's Day, and I really like these dies. The Word Wishes dies. So that's where I'm getting the Merry Christmas, and I hope to line it up better when we make the card together. And then you just keep turning the sides. Now the paper that I'm using is called Peaceful Place, and I'm using a sample, a piece of almost every one of the different prints back and front, so you can see it's pretty much white and gray, and it has silver in it, and also evening evergreen. It's very beautiful. So here's another page, then we flip it over here, and this is my favorite one. This is one of the dies. We're going to cut that out together from the, let's see, I've got them all over here so I can show you. The Christmas trees dies that go with the whimsical set. This die is from that, and it looks, I think, so good on that particular pattern of paper. Aren't these papers just beautiful? And then there's this one. So this is what we're going to do. This was the scallop contour dies. So let's get started. Now the main thing I wanted to show you is exactly how to make the card. So I'm going to give you the directions, the measurements, and then on the video that I post on YouTube, I will have the exact measurements down below if you need to go back. So this piece is 7 by 5, 7 inches by 5 inches of basic white. And then you need to score it. So the first, there are 4 score marks. So the first one is at 1/2 inches. And so we're going to score at 1/2, and then we're going to go to 1.5. Then you just add an inch every time. So then 1.5, and then 2.5, hi Kay, good to see you. Happy Friday to you. And then 3.5. So we're making the pinwheel card, which a lot of people have been making. Okay, so this is the pinwheel card, scored at 1/2, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 5 by 7. And now what we want to do is score all of our, burnish all of our score lines, because we want to make sure it folds really flat. It's amazing, isn't it, that this card is made with that little small card base, but we're going to add more to it. But you know, once you do it once, it's really pretty easy, because you do that 1/2 inch score, and then every one from that is up one complete inch. That makes the 1 inch box on the inside that I showed you in the beginning. Okay, so here are our score lines, and you see how it forms a box like that? Isn't that kind of neat? Now, you might be worried, I was, if I would get, when I adhere it and glue it, if I would get that glued in correctly. Well, my friend Robin, some of you know my friend Robin, Dr. Robin, she taught us, she also has been making this card, and you fold it flat on the second, well, let's see. So this score line, the second one in from the end, you fold it flat, and then you just put glue on the little 1/2 inch little section right here. And this is what's going to form the pinwheel. And you don't need a lot of glue, just a little bit. And then you just press it down like that. And this is going to form that square. Thank you, Kay, for sharing. Marcia, good to see you. I love it when you're all on here. I feel like you're my people, my community. So this is the beginning of our card. Easy peasy, right? You got those measurements, 7 by 5, score at 1/2, 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5. Okay, then we cut 3 pieces of basic white cardstock. Each one is 3.5 by 5. And so we've got 3 more pieces. I'm happy you caught me too, Marcia. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start putting them, adhering them like this. Can you see that? So here's the box we made, and we just start putting these 3 pieces that we cut on each side. So that's all we're going to do. I want to make sure to get it so you can see it. It does take some glue, I'll tell you that. I opened a brand new bottle just for this. Okay, so we can put this on here, and let's see what I did before. I think I laid it down. Yeah, I laid it down, and then I can make sure, you want to make sure that it's all even down here and up here, because you don't want to have a crooked pinwheel, right? So we've got that. And with glue, when you're working with a lot of glue like today, little bits of glue get stuck places, so, and then they kind of make a little mark. So I have this rubber glue eraser. I think a lot of you probably have that. You love the 3D card. Well, Allison is coming to my class tomorrow, so Allison, you are going to have a head start, my dear. Okay, so now what we've done is we had this section already made, this section right here, and then we added a flap here, and so now we have the second section. And now we're going to continue and add 2 more flaps, or pieces. And they are each 3.5 by 5. So we're going to put our glue on and just line them up right there. And the trick is just line them right to the folded edge, right up right here. 3D cards are popular. Everybody loves a 3D card, a fancy fold card. We all love that, don't we? Because it's special. It just makes it special. And I see I got a little glue, but you know what? I remembered we're going to cover this all with designer series paper. So I'm going to have to press this down just a little bit more in there. Make sure it really glues down. Have to give it that minute to set up and get nice and dry. Yes. Thank you, Marcia, for sharing. Okay, and then let's see. So we've got one more piece, and that's going to go right here on this final edge, right in here. So I don't know. I'm thinking, how did I actually lay that down? There we go. There we go. It took me, like I said, it took me just one time, and you have to know that the first one you make may not come out perfect. So kind of, I was prepared to have it, you know, be like a, well, I hate to say this, but a throwaway card, you know, when you make one just for learning. And you have to know that it may not come out right. Some of you can probably, I know some of you are expert card makers, and I bet you could make one without having a little boo-boo, but I usually need a little chance. So there is your pinwheel card. Isn't that cute? So this is the base. This is all you need, and then you go on to decorate it. It really is a lot easier than I expected it to be. And basically it just has that 1-inch square right in the center. So now we're going to decorate the whole thing with this beautiful, let me look over again, Peaceful Place paper. And I've got all the pieces cut. And we're going to start out with the larger section. So we have here a larger section we need to cover with designer series paper and a smaller section. The larger pieces are measured at, both of them, both large and small in height, are 4 3/4. But they're different in depth. That doesn't look right. That isn't right. This one is right. Okay, I'll have to trim that one up in a few minutes. So I've got these 4 pre-cut pieces, cut to 3 plus 1 I'm going to fix, 3 1/4 by 4 3/4. And if you like the other side, that's okay, because we're going to be using the other side of most of these on the little small sections. It does take a bit of designer series paper. So if you have, I happen to have quite a bit of this Peaceful Place paper. Try to say that fast. And that's why I decided to use it. And in addition, it's so beautiful. Look at that tree. Can you see the trees? They're lined with silver. I don't know if I can you see the, I don't know if you can see it glimmering. It's very pretty. Yes, I agree with you, Roz. The first one should be a template. Exactly. Now this one, you could choose this piece, but I don't know, that is a little modern looking for me, and I kind of wanted to decorate on top of our papers, so I chose the plainer tree side to show off in the front. But you could, you know, of course, use any designer series paper you have, and I hope we didn't, are we still on? Oh, good. I was thinking something happened. So use any designer series paper that you have and make it, you know, make it your own. Now let's see, here's the other one. This is another one of my favorites. Look at this beautiful dark one. I really like this, and it has, look at those silver stars. This, you can't really tell unless you actually have it. It is so beautiful. Okay, so we're going to glue this one on like this, and I've cut them so that there's a little bit of a 1/4 inch on each, well, really 1/8 inch on each side showing out, so they have a little frame to them. And now this one, somehow I cut incorrectly. Let me get my paper trimmer out. And it was supposed to be 3 1/4. I cut it, I just didn't cut it right. So 3 1/4, there we go. Okay. That's a quick fix, isn't it? And then here's our last one of the big pieces. And again, when you get these all done, you have the most, it's just, I just love it. I did one also, a reindeer one with the new reindeer paper from Celebration, and I really liked that. I have ordered new blades. My trimmer blades are not, I've never changed them, and I really need to change them. So that edge got a little bit funny, but okay, so there are all the big sides. Isn't that pretty? Just flip it over and look at all that pretty paper. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Yes, it is. You got 2 packs of the elegant paper. Well, they're all beautiful, Marcia. They're all beautiful. Okay, now we're going to put on our smaller pieces, and these are cut to, again, 4 3/4 in height, but thinner. So this is 2 1/4. And then we're just going to do the same thing and glue these all on the small sides all the way around. And this, the one thing is, if you're using a designer series paper series, the whole package, you really get a beautiful view of the beauty of all the different papers. See, now the reverse of this was this one, and I kind of like this too. It has little faint gray little boxes. A little glue. It doesn't take a lot. In fact, I notice if I use too much, it makes a lump in the paper. Do you notice that with designer series paper? You can have kind of a little lump where you put too much glue. I don't like that. Oh, Marcia, you got your new trimmer this week. Excellent. I should have purchased extra blades. I've had this since it first came out. I think that's definitely my problem. One of the patterns I didn't use, another pattern, is a little cabin pattern. Some of you might really like that, but I didn't use it. I wanted it to be more about the trees and the snow and the sparkles, right? Yeah. But I really, look at that. I just think that's so beautiful. Look at how that piece sparkles. Look at that. Wow. And then over here, we're going to do this one. Again, one of the kind of the reverse sides of the, I think that's true. The silver is on one side, and the back side does not have any silver, or silver metallic, or whatever that is in the paper. So there we go. And now our card is completely done, and we can look at each side. Now, the one thing you need to know is this comes out to be a 5x7 card. I personally must have a 5x7 envelope around here, but I don't have one handy, so I'm going to have to get some myself to send these cards, because I'm going to make several. So there they are. Isn't that beautiful? And now we get the pleasure of simply decorating. How fun is that? So for one, where we're going to put the Merry Christmas, I think, is going to be here. I wanted to put it on the more plain side, and I have this piece of the basic white cut with the scalloped contour dies, because I thought this would be a place that you could write your card. And of course, you could make a beautiful floral card for Mother's Day, or I mean for any time of year. It's just that I'm trying to give you some hints for the holidays, and we'll be continuing that for another month or two, so you get lots of ideas. Okay, there is the piece we're going to write on when we speak, or we want to say, Merry Christmas, Joe, or whatever. So here are our words that I've already die cut, and I see there are a couple little places little pieces I need to poke out here. These word dies are beautiful and a little intricate, so a couple of tiny little dots stayed in there. Here we go. I think we've got them all now. Okay, now the trick is to glue them on, and what was I going to show you? I was going to show you, and many of you probably know this. I'm reading what Marcia's saying. You bought a bigger glue bottle and it's a mess. Oh gosh. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take just a little scrap of basic white paper, or any scrap, it's just what I had, and I'm going to put some glue on here. This is what I did earlier, and it worked out really well. Now, you definitely could die cut these words on, we have some adhesive paper, and you could die cut on that, and then you would just peel the adhesive off. I don't know, I was in too big of a rush. So I put some glue on this piece here, and then I just run my letters across that lightly. And I found this is a pretty good way to do it. Instead of putting dots of glue, which sometimes come out. So let's see. We've got some glue back there to hold that down. The C, I can tell that the C needs a little more glue, so I'll put some more right there. And then you just run it over it, just tap it on there, and you get a little bit of glue, just what you need. In fact, that might even be too much. I'll pull it off a little bit. Because the thing I'm concerned about is I don't want to get glue on the paper here, because then the sides might stick together, and that would not be good with a pinwheel card. Okay, so we're going to put the Christmas down first at an angle. And we're just going to lay it down like that, tap it on, and then we're going to do the Merry and try to line it up. I just got so excited before I didn't line it up correctly. So let's just get a little bit of glue on this one. It doesn't take much, just a little bit. And we're going to try to get Merry lined up with Christmas. I think that's pretty good. That's better than I did before. And I'm just going to press down and let that dry. And we should be good. I'm actually getting a little bit of glue on my hand, which is good. I want to get all the stickiness off of there. Isn't that cute? To me, that's just the right place to write, to, you know, say your greetings, and this is your main sentiment. Merry Christmas. Hello, Christy. Good to see you. Okay, now what we're going to do is do a little die cutting. I want to die cut this beautiful tree. And as I mentioned, it's from the Whimsical Trees bundle. And I'm going to use, I tried not to use too much silver, because silver foil is a little bit expensive, and so it's good to be a little careful with it. So I wanted just very special things to cut with the silver, and I thought the tree is so beautiful. Let me pull this out just a little bit more. Here we go. And we'll run that through our little baby boss. I love this tree. I just think it's so pretty. You know, it's modern, but not too modern. So here it is. And you just have to, these little pieces just pop right out like that. Look how gorgeous that is. Let me just put these things off to the side. And I'll put my die up here so I don't lose it. Look at that tree out of silver foil. Isn't that so pretty? Now, another thing you want to remember about silver foil, or any foil, is that you can easily get glue. If you get glue on it, it just really messes it up, because you can't get the glue off. There's just no good way. I decided to put the silver foil tree on the darker piece here, because I think it shows up really well. So what I'm going to do is try to hold it mostly on the edges, and I am just going to put literally small dots of glue, very small. You know, it doesn't take much. Our glue is pretty strong. And just tiny bits. Just tiny bits. Okay, now we're going to turn it over and place it right here, and I just think this is so elegant looking. Stick down, little tree. Trying not to get my fingerprints on it, because that messes it up if you get your fingerprints on it. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that just beautiful? I love that, and I think it looks really good opposite the other trees too. I mean, I think we could probably do this on almost every page, right? Okay, so now we've got 2 pages. We've got that page decorated. We've got this page decorated. I'm going to leave that as is for the moment. One thing we're going to put on here is a nice little sentiment, and the sentiment is from the, let's see, I've got it pulled out here. Do any of you have the classic cloche set? I love the cloches, and I'm going to be making some more from this set, but I really love this, and I like the sentiment, warmth, joy, and happiness. So I pulled this one out, and the coordinating color here in this paper is Evening Evergreen. I think I told you that. This piece is 1/2 inch by 3 inches of basic white. I'm just going to stamp that right on there. Warmth, joy, and happiness. Isn't that just too sweet? I really like it. And then we're going to put this right up here, I think. Let's see if there's anywhere else. We could put it here. That might look good. Let's try that. Now, you could wonder, why am I not using dimensionals? Tower card. Okay, I call it the Pinwheel card, but tower card. I'm choosing not to use dimensionals because the card is already pretty thick. And I want it to be able to fold nicely. As it is, you know, it's got pretty much 4 layers. So there we have the warmth, the joy, and happiness. Now, another thing I did is I stamped a cute little scene from the classic cloche stamp set. This little scene right here, that one. And I meant to do it on the paper before I glued the paper down, but I think it'll work because it worked on my other card. So I'm just going to do this in Evening Evergreen again, and hoping it'll work, and I think it will. And put the little cute little, it's a little town, like a little Christmas town. Isn't that cute? I'll show it to you close up. Isn't that just a cute little town? It fits really well on that spot. Christy, pinwheel or tower? Okay, we got it. Alrighty, now one more thing we're going to do is we are going to cut out, we're going to stamp some ornaments. I have to open my pad again. Stamp some ornaments from the whimsical trees. I mean, I am just pulling in all kinds of stamp sets, but I like to do that when you really are, when you're putting something together and you can just use your imagination, because we have such beautiful things. Just pull together all kinds of stamp sets. So I've got this pretty set of ornaments, and they have a little die that matches, and I'm going to cut those out to put on one page. So let's see here. We've still got crumbs from our tree. Little pieces there. Okay. And we're going to cut out our ornaments here. I notice that I'm going longer. I think I'm having a lot of fun with you guys. I hope you don't mind. Let me see if I can get this all organized here. Get it so it looks right. Okay, and then here we go. And this will just give us a few little fun ornaments. Yes, it is a cute little town stamp, and you like the tiny ornaments. I do too. That's one reason I wanted to put them on this card. Here they are. Once the dies that cut them just perfectly. Look at that. Isn't that just cute? So I thought this might look pretty cute right up there. And again, 3 little dots of glue, and the tops are really, they're going to stick on by themselves. They really won't come off. And we just put our little ornaments up there above the town. Isn't that cute? So we have the ornaments above the little town. I may go back and put a little glue under there. Let's do it maybe with our, whoops, oh dear. We could put a little glue on here and just like I did before and slide that underneath there. And just get a tiny bit of glue. Okay, there we go. Hold that down. There we go. So there's one page. Here's our pretty tree. Here is, we haven't done anything on this page. What should we do on this page? Oh, I know. I have stars. Where are my stars? So there were some stars that I found in, what die set? I just was looking through all my die sets, and they're in this die set that is in the new holiday mini catalog, and it's called, let's see, Christmas cheer dies, and I will be using the other things here, the words cheer and everything, but I found these cute little stars, and I thought we could put some stars on one page, and I cut them out of silver again. So let's get some of those up here. And again, once you do this, once you start this, you can just, oops, too much glue on there. There, it came out too fast. I'll just get it off with my page, with that paper, and we'll glue the stars on. You just choose your decorations. It's kind of like decorating a tree or something. You just choose your own little decorations for your pinwheel card. Choose your theme, your colors. I chose the colors that are in this designer series paper, and that just does it. And there we go. So now we have, I don't think this really needs anything. So we have our stars, we have our Merry Christmas and where to write, and we have our ornaments and our second sentiment there, and we have our beautiful trees. Isn't that pretty? I love this card. The deer. Okay, you know what? I thought about that, and I had the deer actually stamped somewhere. I really didn't want to advertise it right now because I think the deer isn't the punch. Something is back ordered on that set, right? And I didn't want you guys to be disappointed. Oops, one of my stars came off. But the deer would definitely look pretty on here. I had that out and I just ended up not using it. But there you go. There's the beautiful pinwheel card. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me just pop back on and say thanks so much for sticking with me. And I'll have the measurements for you over on the YouTube. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you make a lot of pretty pinwheel cards. And be sure to come back next week, because if you left a comment, you might win this card, and I'll have a 5x7 envelope, I promise. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.